Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for sharing your beautiful light and energy here with this virtual space we are co-creating on YouTube. So I'm going to start today by shuffling the energy oracle cards. And if you would like to transmit your energy in a stronger way, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. So I'm going to be leaving things pretty open-ended today. You guys know that sometimes I do get messages in advance of these readings, but today I am really feeling guided to just open things up energetically and allow whatever wants to come through to manifest itself through this reading. I got the letter initials JACOB, which of course spells Jacob, but these also could be letter initials in someone's first or last name here. What can I channel? I heard Leo. This could be Leo energy for someone. This could be Leo season playing some kind of significant role in this connection. It's interesting because we have channeled in prior readings that around the month of June, July, or August, there could be movement in some kind of connection that's been really quiet for a certain group within the collective. Now, I do feel like this is very specific, but it's just interesting that we're getting that Leo energy coming up there, because it makes me think this somehow ties into things possibly shifting between you and another person in one of those months, June, July, August, which of course, August is part of Leo season. So with the thinking man reversed, by the way, I will be channeling through many different specific messages in this reading video, so only take what connects with you personally. I really felt the need just to start off by saying that. But I'm picking up on some kind of releasing of the logical mind or overthinking. It's like someone here, whether this is you or someone connected to you, someone here is really letting go of the mind and leaning into the soul. We also have cornucopia. So I'm feeling that this is a key to manifesting. So maybe this is applying for you internally, and you're being guided to surrender more of the conscious logical mind, to let go of the need to have things completely figured out on a conscious level, and to really lean more into your soul. I'm hearing following the intuitive impulses of your soul. This is really reminding me of what has been coming through a lot lately while I've been meditating, journaling, and receiving some downloads for our collective. And we've spoken a lot on this before, but it's about the electromagnetic energy that the heart chakra generates and how we're really being called to consciously tap into that heart space to manifest instead of manifesting from the mind. And I've been sharing about how the heart is so much more powerful than the mind. And when I say that, I don't just mean that as a cliche saying. It actually is the case that the heart chakra generates an energy, an energetic current that is stronger, more powerful, more magnetic than any of the other chakra centers. It's also at the center of the energy body. So our heart chakra is what keeps everything else in balance. So one thing I've been sharing about recently is the power of doing meditation exercises that somehow connect you in with your heart. And the way you can know that you've accomplished this, I guess it really doesn't have to be limited to meditation. This could be anything you do that connects you with your heart. And for some reason, someone's guides want to come through with the value of doing this, because whenever you connect with your heart, you're tapping into that energy that is so much more powerful than the mind. And this can be channeled towards things you are physically manifesting into existence in your life. The way you know that you successfully tapped into your own heart chakra energy is very simple. When you begin to feel a really strong, positive emotion of some kind, whether it's happiness, excitement, exhilaration, this means you've begun to tap into heart chakra energy. And the stronger you feel that emotion internally, the stronger you are tapping into that energy of your own heart. For some reason, I keep hearing the right people will find you when you do this. And I feel what the guides are trying to say here is that when you tap into your heart, when you connect with your heart center, you will be aligned with the people, the things, and the opportunities that are most connected to your heart. Well, I was going to say your heart chakra timeline, but that's also your highest vibrational timeline, meaning the more open your heart is, the more connected you are to your heart, the higher your energy naturally vibrates, which naturally aligns you with, of course, what we refer to as your highest vibrational timeline. So these dynamics are very connected. I'm hearing the heart is not to be ignored. So maybe for someone listening, this is also a sign that if something brings up a really strong emotion within you, whether it's a dream, an idea, a person, a desire, don't discount what your heart is trying to tell you through the emotions that you're feeling. Now, sometimes emotions can come up simply because they are meant to be created with. That's a message coming through here as well, that, for example, sometimes your heart will give you really strong emotions about a particular person or situation, and you may feel really unsure what to do with that emotionally charged energy because it might not feel like the right time, and it may not be the right time to take some kind of physical action towards that person or in that situation. But what this means is that your heart is actually trying to fuel you creatively. It's trying to get you to transmute that energy, meaning to transfer it from one form into another. In this case, to take that emotionally charged energy and create something with it. So I hope this was helpful for someone. I feel like this was a little bit of a side message here, but I do see with financial constraints reversed and rest and rejuvenation, these things seem connected. So I'm hearing that restrictions will be lifted as you allow yourself to rest, which I know sounds like a simple message, but I feel there may be someone here who is feeling really pressured or pushed into action. Maybe you are feeling a lot of creative inspiration, but this may be a reminder to also allow yourself time to really return to your center and to, I'm hearing, to get into a state of deep rest when you can, to allow your mind, body, and soul to recalibrate, because I feel as you do this, it's like the divine is naturally working to release restrictions into your life. And I'm hearing to bring you into a state of higher abundance. And so today I was thinking about how, and this feels related as well, it's the difference between floating on the surface when there are waves in the ocean and trying to kind of swim hard against the current. You're meant to be surfing on the waves of your emotions in your life right now, not trying to fight the current or fight the experience here, is what I'm getting so strongly. I got the name Michael for someone as well. Okay, so I want to see, and we have the thinking woman reversed and also adjacent possibilities reversed and the sun card reversed. Okay, so I feel that this is speaking to a very specific person who has been resonating so far with a lot of these messages. And I am hearing the sound of a door slamming. I feel that you slammed some kind of door behind you. For some reason, I'm seeing a spider. Maybe spider symbolism is relevant to someone. Interesting. I'm hearing you're weaving a web. It's almost like you are creating this invisible foundation or basis for something. weaving a web energetically that's going to manifest physically. So maybe you have been meditating or journaling or scripting or like envisioning things into being through the mind. And although these things may not be fully visible yet, know that you are weaving some kind of energetic web here that's is going to support you moving forward. I'm also thinking about how a spider has 8 legs, and I see this almost representing all of these different facets and aspects of you, and how it's almost like you are operating in so many different dimensions. You are expressing so many different aspects of yourself, but that's also in your nature. Just like the spider has 8 legs here, it's like you are meant to be multidimensional. And actually, this is what's coming through. The way you weave your web energetically the most effectively is when you are allowing yourself to express all aspects of you, all layers of you, to allow yourself to be that fully multidimensional version of yourself. So I'm hearing, don't overthink it. And again, the heart really is the guide here. I get that the heart is guiding you through this multifaceted, multidimensional expression of yourself. But something very important is coming up here, which is not everything is going to be able to come with you into this new beginning. You've slammed a door on a past timeline, a past version of yourself. And in many cases, I get the sense you did something literal to close that door. Because it's really reminding me of a reading I did a while ago that was also, I believe, a collective reading. And it was about how everything you desire is going to be manifesting, but you have to have the courage to close the door. And so I feel like you've done something very specific, whether it was shifting focus in a new direction, leaving a certain place, group, job, letting go of something from your past that was no longer connected with you, or even just affirming or determining something within yourself. But I feel like some kind of shift has taken place that really represents that closing of the door. And a part of you might be overthinking it, wondering, did I make the right decision here, slamming that door shut behind me? But what I'm getting is, not only did you make the correct decision, meaning the decision that's going to align you with your highest timeline potential here, but also, in the closing of this door, you've recalled a lot of power back to yourself. You've allowed yourself to gather up, I'm hearing power or energy that has been transmitted to many different places, people, groups, timelines, diluting your energy. You've called all of that back, and now you are rendering yourself incredibly powerful. There's something about your energy that's very clear and focused at this time. But again, I sense moments where the mind steps in and starts to question this process. So I hope that was some kind of confirmation for someone who's been experiencing that yes, you were correct in closing some kind of door. Now, most likely you're already sensing this newfound clarity, this newfound empowerment, focus within yourself. But you, again, might be kind of wondering, am I shutting something down that should be coming with me? But I just keep getting, your intuition knew for a long time that something couldn't come with you in this new vision, this new version of yourself. And the sense I get is that in some way, and this is where it gets pretty quantum, but in some way, this new vision actually incorporates, this is going to sound so strange, but I promise we'll channel more into it. But this new vision is going to incorporate the higher version of aspects and things that you may have actually closed the door on or left behind. So of course, this could apply many different ways depending on your situation. But for example, if you are looking back on something that you shut the door on and thinking, but I liked that aspect of that friendship or that relationship, or there was some aspect of that part of me that I'd like to share, know that you aren't getting rid of the parts of that vision from your past or the parts of that past timeline that still resonate with you. Yes, you're closing some kind of door, and there may be this temporary void where you feel like you've lost it all, where you feel like you've lost everything. But in truth, you're actually preserving those aspects that you liked the best. Now, if this comes to a relationship or a person, this may even be that you are holding space for a higher version of that same physical person to connect with you ultimately on a higher timeline, but it may have been necessary to close that door with them in the short term in order to preserve the part of that relationship that potentially could come with you into that higher timeline. For others of you, if you've fully let go of a person or situation that you never desire to reconnect with in that physical form, this actually could mean that you're attracting in someone who has all of the qualities that you liked or really loved about that person or situation, without the aspects that were diluting your energy or draining to you. So that's the overarching theme here, that yes, a door has been closed. Yes, you're shifting into something new and you're most likely feeling the empowerment from that, but also in the void right now. But what you need to know is nothing has been lost here. Everything you loved most about whatever you closed the door on is still going to be coming with you because it's always been resonant with you on a deeper level. The only things you're truly closing the door on, no matter what the appearances may be here, are the things that were actually diluting your energy, draining your life force in some way, connecting with a past version of you. So I hope this helped to clear up something that someone might be experiencing. Again, I know we're getting really, really deep in this reading. So let's reshuffle the cards here. And I want to know who or what else wants to come through today for you. Okay, so there's someone on your mind who hasn't been communicating with you, or you've been questioning, should I communicate with this person? This silence feels heavy. I feel that I'm hearing the door you slammed is resounding in this person's soul. So maybe you actually closed a door on this person, but I'm getting more likely you closed the door on a timeline or a version of yourself where this person had some kind of specific way to access you, connect with you, or connect with that past version of yourself. And you may be in that void right now wondering, will this person be able to contact me, communicate with me, reach out to me, feel my energy, even though I've closed the door here? And a resounding answer is yes, but also what's happening here is, well, there's a lot going on here in the quantum realm. There's a lot to dive into here. But so yes, this person had a greater kind of access to you physically. I feel like they had a very easy in to communicate with you or connect with you. This may have been because there's so many ways this could apply. You'll know how this connects if it's for you. But for example, maybe just as an example, let's say you worked with this person and then you quit that job because it wasn't aligned for you, and you still were hoping that you could have a way to connect with them, but feeling a loss, like, will I ever have a connection with this person because I've left behind this job and this timeline that really wasn't aligned with me? But it's like you had to make the best decision for yourself regardless. Now, it won't be that specific example for most people. That was hyper specific. But another example would be, let's say you decided to move away from a city where this person lived. This could be you shutting down a social media account that they used to message you through or contact you through. And you're wondering, I feel right about closing down this specific account because I'm putting my energy elsewhere. But how will this person find me? How will this person contact me? But what I'm hearing is they weren't really using that outlet that they had to you at the time, at least not in a way that is truly on a deep level. I feel like even if this person was communicating or connecting with you on that timeline, it's like they had so much easy access to you, information about you, your energy, that they were kind of taking it for granted, or they weren't really using it to connect with you on a super deep, authentic level. Or even because you were so available or present, they never really had to consider whether this was a soul connection. They could tell themselves, oh, I'm just thinking about this person so much because I see them online, or because I see them at work, or because we're connected. So they didn't really have to consider if there was something deeper here. But I'm hearing this is a moment of reckoning, because when you slammed that door, it resounded in this person's soul. they felt you disconnecting from that place, that space, whatever it was, and they're feeling the loss in a stronger way than they expected. Now, for some of you, I might actually be speaking to whole groups of people that you've left behind on a prior timeline, and many of these connections could be very much platonic, acquaintances, whatever the case is. These don't have to be romantic connections, although I feel for many of you, there may be one dominant romantic connection this is applying to you for right now. But what I'm getting is you shutting the door was actually a wake-up call for this person, because they are now being forced to look at why they are thinking of you so much when they now have no real access to you or to information about you. They're now wondering, why am I still thinking about them? Why am I still feeling connected to them? I just feel like there's this major moment of reckoning or some kind of wake-up call that would not have happened within this person if you had not closed the door. And what I'm hearing really is it's forcing them to go through their own soul, which, yes, can be a more gradual process. I don't get the sense of this person reaching out right away or contacting you right away, but they are being forced to go through their own soul and to really feel what's coming up in their own heart in a different kind of way because of how you closed the door on some way that the two of you may have used to connect literally or energetically. So I'm hearing ultimately this will only strengthen the connection. Now, if you're applying this in a much broader sense, not just to a romantic person, you closing the door on places, spaces, environments, timelines that were never really connected for you anyway, that were never really aligned for you anyway. What this is going to do, yes, it's scary. Yes, it creates a temporary void, but this is actually allowing you to really connect with the people who are going through their own soul to connect with you, the people who really want to invest in you and with you emotionally and energetically, the people who are able to go deeper with you. I'm hearing it's a refining process taking place in your life, and that the ones who are truly connected with you on a soul level will not only stay in your life or will not only continue to make an effort to stay connected, but those connections will actually be refined themselves. They will actually be purer and deeper and more authentic because of this choice you made to slam a door on something that you knew deep down was distracting you from what you consider to be your higher purpose or a higher version of yourself. So I feel like this is a moment of major courage for you, where you've made this decision to allow people to align themselves as they will, even if it means that in that alignment, they choose to temporarily disconnect themselves from you. This is a choice that you've made for no one else but yourself. And that's what makes it so powerful. You've made this choice because you know shutting this door is what's best for you. And you have this intuitive understanding that what you're moving into is so powerful, but that you can't fully move into it if part of you is continuously looking back through a door that you're keeping cracked open, which is why I feel you finally decided to shut it and to fully shift your focus into where you're going and not where you've been, to allow your past to have been the preparation phase, but to not feel the need to relive and circle back through past timelines and lessons you've already learned, whether those are in the form of places, jobs, people, friendships, whatever the case may be. That's a major message coming through here. Not making yourself relearn lessons that you've already learned. Maybe you found this come up recently with a person, a friend, someone you've met, or a situation where you can sense it's a lesson that you've already learned. It's connecting with a past version of you, but it can't really come with you where you're going. Trust that inner guidance. So, for those of you connecting with a specific romantic person that you are feeling a loss of communication with, well, we have the card, I'm afraid to lose you. I feel like this could apply to many people, not just romantically, but many people that may still be on that past timeline or trying to connect with that past version of you. Because the sense I keep getting is you almost have these people or energies who are knocking on doors to homes that have been abandoned, which of course is just a metaphoric way of saying they're looking for you where you are not anymore, because they're trying to find you on a timeline you've already shifted out of. But it's almost like you can feel them seeking you on this psychic level. Maybe they're reaching out to you through dreams. Maybe you're sensing them telepathically. I just feel like you've shut a door, but you can sense people searching for you on the other side of that door. But what I'm actually getting is, on a deeper level, you're sensing them having this moment of reckoning. You're sensing them actually going through some kind of personal awakening or realization as a result of you having shut that door, and the way that door slam resounded for them. With the card, I'm afraid to lose you. If you're applying this to a specific romantic situation, I feel like there's a person who may have not realized how much you meant to them until you fully shut some kind of door. And again, they may have taken some kind of level of access to you for granted, but this is pushing them to, again, go through their soul. And with the card, what is the truth? It's like it's forcing them to confront that there is a deeper element to the bond that they're feeling with you than just the physical, because those physical outlets and avenues to you are not there in the same way. And yet the connection, it's not just equally strong as it once was, but what they're telling me is it's actually stronger than it was before. So let's go ahead and reshuffle the cards here. I'm really curious to know, what is the truth within this person? What are they actually feeling towards you on a deeper level that they've been afraid to confront? What truth has this person been afraid to confront within themselves? The Knight of Wands, that what they're feeling towards you is passion, and that for a while their soul has been urging them to take some kind of action towards you, but they've been kind of ignoring that pull. That's one truth coming out within them. The image on this Knight of Wands card also shows a knight on a horse, and it's like the horse is kind of mid-jump. And with that kind of suspended midair picture, I got the sense of something feeling like this person is like about to communicate to you. Maybe your intuition is sensing like they're about to do something, almost like it's frozen in midair, but it's not happening yet. And I'm really curious if this person is going to reach out to you. Well, I really got a strong yes, and not only reaching out with Ace of Cups, but there's going to be an attempt to start something new between the two of you. And there's also going to be some kind of outpouring of emotion here. Can I get more information on what emotion this person is going to be pouring out towards you? Cutting ties and vacation. Okay, so this is someone who is going to communicate to you that they have cut ties. Maybe they will tell you that they cut ties as well with that past timeline or with that past place through which you used to connect. But maybe for some of them, they were involved with a person, a relationship, a situation that kept them stuck on that past timeline, that kept them from moving forward with you. And they will communicate that they are free of that situation, but also I feel this desire to express that freedom in some kind of a way with you, something that the two of you will do together. I feel like this person will want to connect with you in a light, carefree way after a time of their life that has felt really heavy, that they're now feeling free from at this point in the future. It feels like this person will want to do something physically in person, whether it's going somewhere fun together, maybe even meeting up somewhere that involves travel or going on a trip or something of that nature. I do feel a very, very strong physical attraction from this person, if it is romantic with them. And I feel that with the card Chaos, they've almost felt like their attraction towards you would create chaos in their life, which I actually feel it would on that past timeline because of whatever they were connected in with that may have been very low vibrational for them, may have been a heavy relationship situation, whatever it was. It feels like to act on or to let themselves indulge in these feelings of strong attraction towards you would somehow create more chaos in this person's life. But it's interesting because we have the card You Were Right. So maybe there was something that you told this person, or even if you didn't say it out loud, they sensed that you knew something about their situation, or that you knew that they were in a very heavy situation that they needed to find freedom from, and they didn't listen to you or couldn't for whatever reason at the time. But I see them coming through and communicating that what your intuition was sensing was correct all along. Maybe this has to do with you having sensed their feelings towards you that weren't expressed. And it's like this person comes towards you in this energy of freedom saying, you were right about how I felt about you all along. I just couldn't say that to you at the time for some reason. I see this being some kind of massive sign of confirmation that comes in, a confirmation of something your intuition already knew all along whenever this person does communicate with you. So, wow, lots of powerful energy coming through here. If you do want to continue this reading on with me to the extended version on Patreon or YouTube memberships, depending on where you want to listen from, then I will be leaving links to either place to listen. Again, YouTube memberships, I just started about a month ago, and Patreon has been around for a while, so you can listen from either place. I will leave the links under this video in the pinned comment and description box. Of course, leave me a comment if anything here connected. I hope some message here reached you. I'm excited to continue this on in our extended reading. I feel a lot is going to come through there as well. But I hope you have an amazing remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.